Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices with Elliott Wave for the S&P and the NASDAQ. And on the S&P here for the daily chart, we actually have two counts. One is bullish and one is bearish. And I do need to keep these two counts going until proven otherwise. So that's getting closer, but it's still going to be a little while yet. So for this bearish count here, we've got wave 3 over here, an A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave for wave B here, and then looking for 5 waves down through to here. This little move up through here can be counted as completed now, but I don't have any evidence of that. I'll need to see a little impulse wave to the downside, but we'll talk about all this in a moment. I just want to get clear on the bearish count here and also the bullish count here. So for the bullish count, I'll just bring in a bit more data here. So wave 3 here, and an A and a B and a C here for wave 4, and then looking for the SP500 as wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for wave 1 here, and then pulling back for wave 2 here of minor degree, so an A wave, a B wave and 5 waves down for wave C. I don't need these here now, they're just noise, so we'll just remove them while we're on the hop here. And then looking for 5 waves up through to here, and I'll also clean these up here too somewhat. We've got more detail on this on the intraday chart here, of course. So, but in a nutshell here, we can look at wave 4 being completed here, with wave 5 being in here and this one in here. So in the bullish case here, we can look at this in terms of a 50-60% retracement level from that high here, which would lead us into here. What I'm trying to do here is just point out where things will change, but for both counts really, nothing. We're not going to know any difference here for a little bit, because if this is the top of the B wave here for the bear market, we're still going to it will still move down. So in both cases they'll move down. It's only once they have these moves here have matured that we'll be able to figure out what's what. And as I've mentioned before, the top here, once I can confirm that, and we'll talk about this in a moment, but once we have that top in place, we can pop that on the top there, and then we can also get the second high here, and we may be able to get better entries down here, of course, as well. I'll just have to see how this ABC pans out here, but normally from wave 1 to 2 it will be a 5 wave structure here, a 3 wave structure here, and a 5 wave structure here. Sometimes wave A can have 3 waves in it, but not normally between wave 1 and 2 here. That's normally in wave 4s and in B waves. So we're not going to be able to tell too quickly in here. It's just something we just need to work through. So I'll just save that, and really for the bearish count or the bullish count, in both cases it's really about understanding this trend here and finishing here. So yeah, I'll go just to the 2-hour chart on the bullish here, but I'll just clean that up a little bit here. So in the 2-hour chart from this wave down here, as such, we're counting 5 waves up, and so we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then all of the 3rd wave here, the 4th wave, and we're looking for the 5th wave up here. We can also start to clean this up as well. The wave 4 here never came back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, but still it's corrective, and I'll just move these out of the way, put that in here, put that here. It's good you get to sit with me while I work, boring as that may be. But so really the thing here is that because we've got the extension in from wave 2 to wave 3 here, that means that wave 1 and wave 5 will be roughly the same length. Pinch of salt, rule of thumb, all that kind of stuff. So we can just move that and put that here. So it's possible to go higher, but it does appear that we've already got 5 waves here. So it may be a case where we have 5 waves up here, a pullback in here, and then 3, 4, and 5 here, and then down from here. I have to say, if it's going to be the bearish count as such, then copy that, then this will struggle to move up, and it's more likely to have a shorter wave if it's going to be a bear market here. You know, if it's going to be wave 1 here, then it's still going to be quite perky, and that means that this will move higher here, and the retracement level that we get in here will probably be a bit short than the 61.8% pullback that we get in here. So we'll just see how that goes. We'll be looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, of course. So I'll just save that. And just go into the hourly chart. This is where we've been working really, basically. So I'll clean this up. I mean, we got the correction right. I just didn't pull back to its full length, that's all, in this case. So just pop that in there. That's in there somewhere. We'll have a closer look at that shortly. That goes in here. Okay, so that can either be in here. We need to look at that in a moment, and that in here. So we're close to a top. It looks like we might even be moving up further. That would be nice. And we'll go into the tick chart here. So I'm just looking at this here. So we can move this into here. All that's good here. Hopefully you would have been looking to be long at least above the 28 here at least. So this little move up here, just eyeballing it, it's possible there is 5 waves here, but the question is this 5 waves make this 5 waves, or do we have this up as 1 and back for 2 and so on up through here? So I mean, it certainly looks like it wants to move a little bit higher here. So let me just check the cash. Yeah, it's the same for the cash, so that can be in here. If it makes a new high above here, then you need to go long from that point. But this little move down here appears to be in 5 waves here. So let me just move in here a bit closer with this. See, that's definitely a 4th wave there. I'm just going to go, I mean, obviously it wants to go higher. I just want to find out where we are in this. Right, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3rd wave, 4th wave, 5th wave here. So that is 5 waves here. So and that does appear to be 5 waves down. So this could certainly be an A and a B and a C here and drop down from here. But if it does take this top out here, then we're certainly going up, and we would need to treat this as the correction here, as wave 1 and 2 here, and moving further up. So yeah, interesting that it's such a small correction, because these are that's definitely a 4th wave, that's definitely a 4th wave. So we should be coming down here. So it should be an A and a B and a C wave here, coming in. So this should be more of a corrective. This is either the top of the whole lot, right, or we're going to be pulling back in an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, coming back to probably a 28.5 area here before moving up again. So just coming back to the hourly chart here. So it's possible to put this in here, but it's also possible to have that up there as well. So strategy is required. So we'll just borrow that here, copy that. So on top here, that's where you need to go long from. It can pull back down here, as I just mentioned. It can pull. It can be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave back here, and then move up from here. But it's also possible for it to move back down from this point here as well. So I don't know just yet, but at least we know we know that that's 5 waves. So we know that if that top gets taken out, you can be long there. If it's going to be up there for wave 1 here, I'll just borrow one of these over here, copy text, and wave 2 here, put that in there. Let's just have a look at that. So it can pull back to, well, it can pull all the way back here. That's where it can pull back to. I don't need that now. But it also could just have a short retracement here as well. Like I said before, if it just depends. So anyway, there you go. I wouldn't bother being short. I wouldn't short this market unless I'll move that there, and we'll grab that here, copy that here. So to short this market, we would need to have the market would come down. It would bounce off here anyway, then it would come back down, and then it would hit these supply zones here, bounce back, and then move down from there. Okay, so that would be the setup for the short side. Otherwise, we need to stay with the trend and be on the long side. We know that's 5 waves, so a new high here. It may pull back a little bit and move up. I mean, it could just move. It shouldn't move straight up here, but if it does, then you need to be on the long side there. If you're long here already, then just keep a nice tight stop here for the time being, and you can always get back in on the flip side there. So that's that. Just save that. And the NASDAQ. So daily chart here. So with this here, we're looking at this as wave 3 here, and an A and a B, and we can have wave C here as wave 4. And if that's the case, then I need to look at this move up here as wave 1 in grey, and then back here in 2 in grey. But otherwise, I need to just continue to look at it with my primary count here of an A and a B and a C and a D and an E here for wave 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1, pulling back for wave 2 here, and then going up for wave 1 and back for wave 2 here. So once again, in this one here, we've been tracking 5 waves in here that are just about complete, so it can move back to this point here. So it's a little bit, if we look at this, I mean, it's just a bit of a long shot, but we need to look at all the counts. That's what the video is for, is to explore things. So if this is wave 4 here, then this would be wave 1 here, this would be wave 2 here. These 5 waves would make wave 3, this would make wave 4, and this would make wave 5 here. So in that case, we'd see a much larger correction coming into play here. So for the time being, we've been tracking this 5 waves up here and doing quite well out of it. So when it gets to the top here, we just need to clear our longs out at the right time, and then we just need to be patient, and we just need to observe what's going on here. Of course, we can short this down here as well, but you'll be trading against a strong trend. So let's move in here. Oh, the other point that I want to make here is that this is a major trading level here of 8, and this is the medium level here of 6,500. and the 7,250 is the halfway mark between the 8 and the 65 here. So you know, when I look at this particular pattern here, it's really sort of, it's got, like most levels, falls into about the basic two patterns, but the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the A, the B, and the C correction here, and then back up here. So that's what we could be looking at, and this would be wave 1 here, this would be wave 1 here, this would be the ABC pattern here, coming back into this space here, and then back onto here. So it's just good to know that that level is there. It's significant for whatever geometry reasons, but it's certainly played out at this part here, hasn't it, you know? So it's had the arrival, the reaction, and first high above the level in 5 waves. So we can use that. So I've moved it from the 7,200 to the 7,250. Okay, so we can just play. That will be important later on in here, getting long trades in or short trades. So just moving in here to this area here. So it's just a 4-hour chart. You can move that across. Move this over here. So just in a nutshell here, we're looking at wave 2 here. So we can look at this wave 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave, the fourth wave here, and the fifth wave here. Yeah, so that's got and made a new high here. That will be the same little impulse wave as the S&P in terms of 5 waves. We can see that the beginning of that was strong, wasn't it? And then the next stage of it is shorter, and then shorter again. Yes, it is going into the close and probably news driven and so on, but it's running out of steam, isn't it? So that's what we need to see, if it's going to give us this top in right here, or will it just drop back in as an A, B, and C correction here, and then give us wave 3, 4, and 5 up into the 7,500 area here, and then have our correction here? Or are we going to get our correction from here and then move up here? Okay, so we also want, just so we can remember, 7,250. There we go. So I'll leave those two there. I'll just drill into this a bit further now. So I'm not sure where we're working on the hourly chart. Right, so last time we spoke, we were looking for wave 4 to pull back. So that's pulled back nicely into that space, so that's good there. And that's actually I might have to reconsider this a little bit. Not that it matters too much. I can see 2 other counts that I could play with there, but I won't bore you to death with those. Our job really is to look at this little impulse wave. I just want to have a look at the cash market first. Yeah, it's the same as the S&P. So I won't count that in your time, sorry about that. But the same thing, you know, that this is a wave 4 here, and this is a wave 5 here for the top here. So it does appear we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So pulling back to, you know, the 50-60% retracement level, 61.8% where it is here. So you could probably short this really through here. How far you'd get with it is the thing. So what we can do is we'll go. Can put, you could probably short it. I mean, even if that market moves down to here, it's going to bounce back up again as well. So I'll leave that to you to find your way in through there. But we will go back to the hourly chart here, and knowing that. So if the 400, if we've got a little thing here somewhere. Oh, here we go. I mean, this is a really high risk trade here, so just go long or short on those guys there if you want to have fun. Simple as that. This one down here may not get you very far though, you know, that's the whole thing with this, but if it was going to pull back and tire out, then this would be the first space that you'd look for in here, but it may not be that in terms of may not pull all that way back, so we need to look at, move that to here. That's just looking at the sub levels, 72 in here, close enough, and 65. That's where it would probably pull back to before it moves up. So if it moved back down into this little space here and not here, move back into here and then found support up here, then you can go long from there. So I'll just leave that top one there, and going short here, that's enter at your own risk, so to speak. All right, I've waffled on enough. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.